About as big as a Star Wars fan as you can get. And The Force Awakens is by far one of the best movies I have ever seen. I mean, this movie was an emotional roller coaster. From highs to lows, this movie was literally like an emotional roller coaster. I don't know what else to describe this movie as. It was an epic movie. I mean, I have never seen a movie as good as this. I don't know what comes close to this movie. I mean, the plot was crazy. Um, I'm not gonna give any spoilers out yet, but I will get to the spoilers in just a moment. But before I get to the spoilers, I just want to let everyone know who has and hasn't seen the movie that you may go again just to understand what has actually happened, because this is such a plot twister that you might have to go 2, 3, 4 times before you actually understand the whole concept of the movie. And I might actually do that. I find the movie that good that I'm actually going to go again. I am planning to go possibly with my father now to see it again, and I'm hoping to see it with my friends. I mean, I will definitely recommend to go see it again. But for those of you who have not seen the movie yet, I think this is the time for you all to, for us to part and say bye, because I'm about to start with the spoilers. I'll give you 5 seconds to leave, maybe 10 seconds. Forget about that. Just all of you, just get out of here if you haven't seen the movie yet. Just all leave. Just please leave. Thank you. Now on the spoilers. So you all know who all the characters are, right? Rey, Luke Skywalker, Finn the Stormtrooper, Poe, and of course Kylo Ren. Here's the first spoiler. The first spoiler is that Kylo Ren is Han Solo's and Leia's son. We all thought that Ben was supposed to be Ben Skywalker, but they got rid of the expanded universe. So now they completely changed everything, because a lot of Star Wars fans already knew the movie, so they decided to get sort of a completely new plot, to make it more original. And I think it worked. It's perfect. Disney buying Lucasfilm has actually made the movie better. But sorry, back to the spoilers, or to the interesting parts of the movie. Another most interesting part of this movie is what has actually transpired with Han Solo. You're all wondering that Han Solo came back. A lot of you got really excited about that. And actually, he played one of the biggest parts in the movie. He played the role of the rebel who did everything he can to save Leia and Luke in the first three trilogy in the original trilogy, and he seemed to play that part again. This time, with Rey, a new female scavenger and it's revealed slowly throughout the movie that she's actually a Force-sensitive Jedi. That's another plot changer, but that was already known that she is a Jedi. But that didn't get revealed until the end. So when Kylo Ren captured her and tried to use the Force to get her to answer a question, she resisted. She resisted better than Poe, because he broke, unfortunately. And when he was captured, after Luke Skywalker got severely injured, he got captured and brought aboard Kylo Ren's spaceship, aboard the Star Destroyer. And aboard that Star Destroyer, Kylo Ren went through the same torture that he went through, but she was able to resist. Also, not only was she able to resist, but she tried to convince a stormtrooper to let her go, to free her, but it took her 3 attempts, because she had to actually look at the stormtrooper in order for that to happen. You have to actually look at them. You can't just tell them something. You have to actually look at them. And she didn't know that, but she attempted to use the mind trick, the Jedi mind trick on her. On him actually. Sorry, she attempted to use it on that stormtrooper. It worked on the 3rd attempt, and she was freed. and Supreme Leader Snoke told Kylo Ren that they both realized how strong she was with the Force, that she needs to be converted to the dark side. But that never happened, and it probably never will. She's way too strong-willed for that. She may be emotionally sensitive, but she's a really strong-willed. And in the movie, her will was definitely tested, and I'll get to that in a second. So what happened was later, the Star Killer base fired a super weapon. I mean, they fired a beam of light that was super powerful. They what did they do? They launched a laser under the order of what's his name again? Yeah, they fired a super laser that was capable of destroying the entire solar system at the Republic. The entire Republic was destroyed. The entire Republic was just destroyed. And yes, it was under the order of General Hux. General Hux ordered a very powerful weapon to be launched, and all the planets were destroyed. Han and Finn witnessed, they looked in the sky and saw what looked like laser, like lights with puffs of, with 4 dots in the path of the lasers. With the lasers being hit, and they realized that the entire Republic was, and Han actually said, the entire Republic has just been destroyed. Because the thing is, they don't use one word. They don't use a set planet. They constantly change planets. The Republic doesn't get destroyed. So now they'll have to pick a new system for the Republic. They'll have to pick a new set of planets. Yes, the entire Republic was just sadly destroyed. All by orders of General Hux and Kylo Ren. Also, the biggest spoiler of the movie is about to happen. You all know that from watching the movie that Kylo Ren is Han and Leia's son, Ben Solo. Well, Ben Solo got confronted by Han, by his father, and I thought that that immediately it was going to go bad for Han. Han was going to die, even though I never saw the movie. I had a feeling that Han was just going to get killed. Well, for a second there, my feeling of that was almost changed when Han almost seemed to convince what's his name Ben to not go to the dark side. That he told Han told Kylo Ren that he was being used by Supreme Leader Snoke, and he seemed to buy it and took off his helmet, threw it to the ground, got his lightsaber, his Sith lightsaber, and proceeded to hand it over to his father. As soon as the father, put his hands on the lightsaber, Kylo Ren took the lightsaber back after like a maybe 2 or 3 second struggle and stabbed Han right through the heart, killing him. And then he fell down, the shaft of the super weapon, all the way down to the core. He died, almost in a similar way that unfortunately some of the Sith have died. He died in the same way that Darth Maul and Emperor Palpatine died when he was, thrown down the core into the core of the Death Star. The only difference was that instead of being thrown down or chopped in half, he was stabbed in the heart. It was just the saddest part ever. I mean, I actually cried. I freaking cried during that part. it was seeing the look on Rey's face. It was just so sad. She just that the way she screamed no, that the way she just hysterically started sobbing and hugging Finn, and watching Finn's face just in shock, in utter shock. And then another spoiler was the battle between Finn and the lightsaber battle between Finn and Kylo Ren. I thought that he was gonna die. That Finn was gonna die. But guess what? Finn managed to actually strike Kylo Ren a few times. He was like Jedi good. He was like as good as a Jedi, but unfortunately, Kylo Ren had the upper hand and struck him in the back. Not before burning his face a little bit, his ear with the edge of the lightsaber. But he was able to fight him off, thankfully. But then she battled. But then Rey battled Kylo Ren. Started fighting him. Fist fight. Like she lost the lightsaber fell out of her hands and onto the snow. And Kylo Ren tried to grab the lightsaber. You could see it was it was moving. He tried to grab it. She tried to grab it, but in the end, the lightsaber started flying, and instead of flying into his hand, it flew into her hand. It flew into Rey's hand. We all the whole movie here erupted in a giant round of applause and hoots when that happened. We're all going like, woo! We were all cheering when that happened. And a major battle, lightsaber battle took place. Quick, but very decisive battle. She won. She didn't kill Kylo Ren or injure him, but she destroyed the lightsaber. And at the same time, the planet was crumbling beneath them, because already the Poe and the rebels destroyed the super weapon that led down to the core, so the core became unstable. That weapon harnessed the energy of the sun. So the moment that sun went out is when, unfortunately, Kylo Ren killed Han Solo. So that sun going out represented the hope, the goodness inside of Ben just draining up. It was a goodness just shriveling up. But so freaking emotional. Rey avenged Han by destroying that evil symbol that killed him. The lightsaber, that three-sided lightsaber was destroyed. It's one of the best parts of the movie. But I think the biggest of them all, biggest spoiler I think, in the entire movie was the very end, where after finding the missing piece of the puzzle, she went to the planet that Luke was last reported on, and when she saw Luke just standing overlooking the island on that old abandoned former Jedi temple, which was the first one actually, she had tears brimming in her eyes. She looked very emotional. She looked emotional yet happy at the same time. You could tell that it was like a happy emotion. And Luke turned around, had with a full beard, mustache beard, long hair, and that same look came upon his face as well. And that look was of the same thing. And guess what that leads me to believe? They are either they're either father and daughter, or some family members. Because you watch the trailers, you heard them say, "My father had the Force runs strong in my family. I have the Force. My father has the Force, and you have the Force." This likely means that he was talking to her, to Rey, in the movie. This is probably what Luke said to her after the credits ended. That was And probably when the third one comes out in 2017, 2018, that's what's going to happen. It will be revealed that Luke is her father. Luke is definitely her father. It's like right in front of you. It's like how Darth Vader was Leia's and Luke's father, and Luke is her father. And that vision she had of Luke and Kylo Ren taking her away from Luke on that deserted island, as a little girl, that definitely also signified that possibly Luke was her father. And I'm going to leave it at that. It may not be certain, but definitely, most likely, Luke is her father. Well, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye. May the Force be with you all.